Hey there, welcome. My name is Ramazan and I'm an English teacher. Now, in my job, I get to geek out about one of the most powerful things in our world every single day, and that's language.
But what if I told you that there's this hidden layer to all the words we see and hear? A layer that's been specifically designed to do one thing: change your mind.
I mean, think about it. It's this constant kind of invisible force, right? It shapes our opinions on, well, everything, from what we buy online to how we see the entire world.
So in this explainer, we're going to pull back that curtain together. We're going to demystify it all and give you the tools you need to become a much sharper, more critical reader. And hey, maybe even a more effective communicator yourself.
All right, so first things first, let's crack open the Persuader's Toolkit. What are the actual techniques writers use to influence us? Let's take a look.
Okay, technique number one is a big one. It's called emotive language. This is all about using words that are designed to hit you right in the feels, you know? They totally bypass your logical brain and go straight for the heart.
So, check out this example. Words like harrowing or heartrending, they aren't chosen by accident. Nope, they're picked specifically to make you feel a surge of fear or sympathy, and that makes the whole argument feel way more urgent.
All right, next up, we have a really subtle one. This is inclusive language. It's this clever trick to make you feel like you and the writer are already on the same team, like you're in it together. So when a writer uses words like we and our, they're pulling you in. It instantly creates this feeling that, hey, we all agree on this, right? And that makes it a whole lot harder to step back and actually challenge their point.
And for our third technique, let's look at metaphors. These are amazing because they can completely reframe a huge, complex issue with just one simple comparison. It's like a mental shortcut.
Take this for example. Online piracy gets compared to old-school swashbuckling pirates, right? Hoisting the Jolly Roger. Suddenly, an illegal act doesn't sound so bad. It sounds, I don't know, kind of harmless, maybe even a little bit adventurous.
Okay, so we've seen the individual tools, but how do they all work together in a real piece of writing? Let's put a full argument under the microscope. We're going to look at an article that actually argues in favor of online piracy.
So, right off the bat, the writer throws this wild statement at you about the cost of streaming services. And that is a classic case of hyperbole, basically just wild exaggeration. And what's the goal here? Well, it's designed to appeal to what we call your hip pocket nerve. You know, that feeling you get when you think you're being ripped off. It makes the cost seem so insane that piracy starts to sound like a totally logical alternative. But it doesn't stop there. Check out the specific phrasing the writer uses to describe the act of pirating content.
This little trick is called a euphemism. The phrase digital disobedience. I mean, it totally softens the act of theft, doesn't it? It reframes it as some kind of noble protest against these big, greedy corporations. See how that works? By changing the name, they try to change how we feel about the action itself.
But here's a fascinating reality check. Despite clever arguments like these, data from Creative Content Australia shows that a huge majority, 78% of teenagers, actually agree that, yeah, pirating content is stealing.
Now, of course, persuasion isn't just about words on a page. Oh no. Visuals, images, they have their own incredibly powerful toolkit.
Just think about political cartoons, for example. They can make a super sharp argument in a single frame. They use tools like caricature, where they'll exaggerate someone's features to make them look ridiculous. Or they'll use symbolism, simple objects like a dove for peace, to represent really complex issues. It's powerful stuff.
So, we've looked at all these different tools and examples, which is great, but let's get to the crucial point. Why does any of this actually matter? Because look, this isn't just some random academic skill for an English class. Honestly, it's like a superpower for navigating the modern world. When you understand these techniques, you're empowered. You can see past the spin and start evaluating arguments based on what they're really saying.
It really helps you think more critically, to question the information that's constantly being thrown at you, and it lets you engage in all those important debates happening around us with a lot more confidence. You become a smarter consumer of information and a better contributor to the conversation.
So, I'll leave you with a final thought. Now that you know the toolkit, who's trying to persuade you today? As you go about your day, just start looking for these techniques. You'll be amazed at how often you see them pop up.